Okay, hi. Uh, Welcome to Shareability Uganda e-learning. My name is Nelson Bitswamba, and in today's video we shall be looking at measurements, that is meters and centimeters. Okay, so in our last video we last looked at measurements, and we purposely looked at the length. And we talked about what the length is and what it does, and we remember saying that as far as measurements, we should be able to talk about the length, and we define the length as the distance between 2 points or 2 places. That when you know the distance between 2 places, then there we can be able to measure the length of uh, those places or those 2 points. So it is also still the same as meters and centimeters. When you want also to measure the meters, that means you have uh, looked at 2 points or 2 places, the starting point and the ending point. You now be able to get the measurement. It might be in meters, it might be in centimeters, and also it might be in kilometers, as we shall be hovering more about them. Okay, so let's get started. As we see in measuring length, today's video we shall purposely be looking at kilometers into meters. Kilometers into what? Into meters. Okay, but before we look at this, I'll first get a pen tool here and demonstrate it more. Okay, I want to choose the ink color. Okay. Let me use this. Let me use this color. Okay. As we talk about the measurements, that is purposely the length, and the length in meters, centimeters, and kilometers. Okay, centimeters, meters, kilometers. There is also what we call the decameters. Okay, decameters. We can say dm. dm as what? As decameters. Okay, let me write it here. This is also what? A concept in measurement. Okay, this is called what? It is called we call decameters. Okay, writing might not be easy here, but it is called decameters. Okay, this is what? This is decameters. Okay, this is decameters. We also have what we call decimeters. Okay, we have also what we call decimeters. Okay, let me try to hurry up and see. Also have what we call decimeters. Okay, decimeters. Okay, decimeters. Okay, we also have what we call hectometers. Hectometers. It's called hectometers. hectometers. Okay, hectometers. Within this, we always start with what we call we have a millimeters, we have centimeters, we have a millimeter, we have a centimeter, we have meters, we have decameters, hectameters. Okay, so until we come to the kilograms. But in our today's video, we shall be able to concentrate more about a kilometer, which is a big value. With these values I've mentioned, they are slightly smaller values, so we shall be able to concentrate on kilometers and meters. Okay, so we have an example here. There are questions that are always asked, especially when they are dealing with meters, kilometers, and centimeters. With the hectometers, the decameters, the decimeters, hectometers, they always talk about them, but here we always concentrate more about the kilometers and the meters and also the centimeters. Okay, so this video shall be able to look at how do we change the kilometers to meters. Remember, we should be having concepts and be knowing some concept in what? In kilometers, in meters. As in our recent video, we are able to explain uh, the meters that are the kilometers that are in meters and the meters that are in kilometers. But if you are just a beginner for today, you are also going to be understanding this into detail. Okay, with our example which is given, we have been given an example here, and they are telling us to change 5 kilometers to meters. Okay, change 5 kilometers to meters. This is a very common question, and they always want to test you. Do you know the concept of kilometers and meters? Now, what we should be having in mind is to know a kilometer and a meter, which one is bigger than the other. Okay, when we understand which one is bigger than the other, then we can be able to understand what we are changing exactly. Okay, so when you look here, we have a kilometer and a meter. So a kilometer is bigger than what? Is bigger than a meter. Okay, so here we have the concept that we should be having in our minds. We have 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Okay, 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. That means if we have 1 kilometer being equal to 1,000 meters, that means a kilometer is bigger than what? Is bigger than a meter. Okay, so that means in now solving our question here, changing our kilometers to centimeters, that means we shall be able to use this concept. If we have 1 kilometer which is equal to 1,000 meters, 1 is equal to 1,000 what? Meters. Then how about the 5 kilometers? If you have the 5 kilometers, then they are going to be how many meters? So here we shall be changing, and we shall be able to say the 5 kilometers. Okay, the 5 kilometers shall be equal to the 5 times the 1,000 what? 1,000 meters. Then this 1,000 meters, we shall be able to get the meters in what? We shall be able to get these kilometers in meters. Okay, so that means 5 kilometers shall be equal to what? To 5,000 what? 1,000 meters. Okay, so this is also the same as what we have been given. They are telling us to change 12 kilometers to meters. 12 kilometers to meters. So that means here we shall be able to have the concept of if you have our 1 kilometer, which is equal to 1000 meters, then how about the 12 kilometers? So here I shall be able to say our 12 kilometers, which is equal to, shall be equal to 12 times the 1000 what? The 1000 meters. So we shall be able to come up with the meters. Please, when you are writing, be able to write the correct what? The correct unit. If they talked about change kilometers to meters, that means our answer shall be in meters. If they told you to change meters to kilometers, our answer should be in kilometers. Okay, so now we shall be able now to see if you also want to change these kilometers, okay, these meters to to kilometers. What do we do? Okay, let's have a look at what we do. What should we change first? Okay, so we are going to have our 5 meters. We want to change them to kilometers. Which formula do we use, and how do we come up with the 5 kilometers? Okay, so let's look at an example here. Let's look at an example here. We are going to change our 5 we are having now our 5 what? Our 5,000 meters. We have our 5,000 what? 5,000 meters. But we want to change this 5,000 meters to kilometers. Okay. Kilometers. So what shall we be able to do for us to change this? Remember here we said that 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, okay, 1 km is equal to 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 what? 1,000 meters. Okay, 1,000 what? 1,000 meters. So this means if 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters, then we want us to change this 5,000 meters to a kilometer. That means we shall be able to say the 5,000 meters, okay, we shall be able to say 5,000 meters, okay, 5,000 what? 5,000 meters shall be equal to 5,000, okay, shall be equal to 5,000 divided by the number of kilometers, which are equal to 1,000. For us to get the kilometers, we shall divide by what? Shall divide by 1,000. Okay, so when you divide by 1,000, these zeros shall actually go for marriage. Also, this goes for what? For marriage. Then we shall be remaining with 5 divided by 1. Shall be able to get 5. So since we are changing meters to kilometers, then this shall actually be our what? Our kilometers. Okay, so you can see that we have been able to come up with the same answer that was given here. So that is the concept that we can use for us to change kilometers to meters, and also meters to kilometers. Okay, so that is the concept. You should be able to understand and put this one in the head, that 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 what? 1,000 meters. So when you know the value of 1 meter, 1 kilometer, being equal to 1,000 meters, then when they tell you to calculate or change or convert kilometers to meters, that means you shall be able to get the meters that are given multiplied by 1,000 to make them meters, right? So that's how we can be able to solve numbers of such kind. Okay, as we move forward, let's look at another question, another workings and examples. Okay, so here we are having what we call writing as kilometers and meters. Okay, so they are saying write 800 meters as kilometers and meters. They want us to write 800 meters as kilometers and meters. Okay, but here in our table they have given us a variety of values. Okay, here I do remember saying that before we come to a kilometer, okay, before we come to a kilometer, there are some other values that are inside that sometimes we always ignore. Okay, so I said there is what we call in meters. This is meters. Okay, so before we come to a kilometer, there are some other units which are in between. Okay, so those meters that are those values that are in between a meter, from a meter we should be able to come to we call dm as okay, let me demonstrate it here. There is this which is called dm. Okay, dm. This is called decameters. This is called what? Decameters. Okay, this is what? This is decameters, and we are saying 10 decameter is equal to 10 decameters is equal to 1 hectometers. Okay, they are saying 10 of this. Okay, 10 what? 10 decameters is equal to 1. 10 decameters is equal to 1 hectometers is equal to 1 hectometers. Okay, also when you talk of hectometers, which is hm, this is what? This is hecto. This is hecto what? Hectometers. Okay, okay, we are saying hm in length, this simply means hectometers. It simply means what we call hectometers. So we are saying dm means decameter. Before we come to a meter, I mean from a meter we come to a decameter. So that means here when you have a meter, then we come to a decameter, which is m. This m becomes our what? Our meter. Okay, this becomes what? This becomes our meter, which is m. Then dm becomes our what? Our decameter. Then they are telling us that 10 decameter is equal to 1 hectometers. Then after a hectometer, then we come to a kilometer. Then they are saying we have 10 hectometer. Okay, hectometer also is equal to 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. So this is also a concept that we should be knowing for us to solve numbers of length. Okay, so we should also be able to have them in our mind as we solve numbers of such a kind. So here we shall be able to look at this. Our example here, we have been given our 800 meters. Write 800 meters as a kilometer and a meter. Okay. Okay, so here we have a kilometer here, which is given, and we have a hectometer, which is given, and we also have a decameter, which is given, and we also have a meter. So they want us to write our 800 meters as a what? As a kilometer, and also a what? And also a meter. Okay, so this means this is equal to a 0 kilometer, then 800 meters, or a 0 point this. Okay, this is what we were able to solve the other side, because here we said, okay, here we said that we can be able to change our meters, okay, our meters into what? Into kilometers. So when you look here, they have given us 800 what? 800 meters. They want us to change our 800 meters into what? Into kilometers. This is what they are trying to mean. Okay, this is what they are trying to mean. We are having our 800 meters, but we want to change this to a kilometer. We want to make them into what? Into kilometers. So that means, bear in mind, we said 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 what? 1,000 grams. 1,000, not grams. This is 1,000 what? 1,000 meters is equal to 1,000 meters. So this means if we have been given our 100 meters, that means we shall be able to say 800 meters. Okay, 800 meters will be equal to the 800. Okay, 800 we divide by the value of 1 kilometer, which is 1,000. Okay, which is a what? Which is 1,000. So this is 0, and this shall go for marriage. This and this shall go for marriage. So here we shall be remaining with our 8 divided by 10. What is 8 divided by 10? 8 divided by 10, we get 0. What? 0.8. So this is going to be in what? In kilometers. Okay, it has been in grams. When it is in grams, you can, I mean in meters, you see it is too much. But when we put them back to kilometers, it becomes very, very, very small point. So this is how we can solve numbers of that kind. Let's also look at how these people are able to solve this. There is an example here, which is example 2. They're saying write 7,430 meters as a kilometer and a meter. Okay, so as we said that we have what we call kilometer and hectometer, a decameter, and a meter. Okay, so this is the way how we can arrange them. This is the meter, decameter, then the hectometer. Okay, so okay. We are saying they want us to change. Okay, they wanted us to change these meters into kilometers. So you can be able to see that these people are able to get 7.43 kilometers. This is achievable using this method of ours that we tried. You can achieve this using the method. It is 7,430. 7,430. Okay, 7,430. Using this same approach, we shall be having our 7,430 as our value. Then this will be equal to, so this will be equal to 7,430 meters will be equal to the 7,430. Okay, we shall divide this by what? By 1,000. Okay, by 1,000. That means this 0 shall cancel with this and shall be remaining with 743 divided by what? Divided by 100. Okay, so here you can be able to get your calculator and divide. You can get your calculator and start dividing. Get your calculator and start dividing. Who has an answer? We have 743 divided by 100. Okay, someone with an answer. Want to get an answer here? Okay, so when you divide 743 by 100, we get our answer as 7.4.43. That is the answer that we get. Okay, in our recent video, when you check out on how we can divide large numbers, we can be able to get the concept of coming up with this answer. Okay, so for this, please hope everyone has been able to pick something and has been able to understand. So for this, I do say thank you very much. Be able to check out on our playlist and subscribe to get the new upcoming lessons. God bless you. Nice moment.